Just because you make a mistake don't mean that you are a mistake.
There's 4,200 members of this church, and a lot of buildings and a lot of activities. And his job is to coordinate the setups and the takedowns for all the activities, which means he is our face to the public. And he is awesome at public relations.
God gave me a gift to save my life. I grew up in the streets of Charlotte, and I grew up without a father. I grew up with very little education, and I became homeless. I became an alcoholic and a drug addict. I've been pronounced dead twice.
Back in the 80s when I first met him, he was pretty beat down.
And it was a lady I was doing yard work for, and she took me to the church and introduced me to Steve Asa. And he asked me, what did I know how to do? And I said nothing. And he said, well, I'm gonna give you one chance.
I need a maintenance guy, but he hasn't been sober long. I basically said to him, if I were to give you this opportunity, you need to understand something. If I smell alcohol on you anywhere, at any time, I will fire you on the spot, and I won't go through a committee to do it.
I had my last drink, 22 years. Every year I give Dr. Easton a chip.
You get an Alcoholics Anonymous chip for every year that you're sober. And he's at 22. I have the chips in my drawer, and I keep them right there. And he, when he gives them to me, he gives them to me at Christmas. It's my Christmas gift.
He took me to the bank, showed me how to open a bank account. I didn't know how to do that. I didn't know how to write checks. I didn't know anything about saving.
Nobody taught him these things as a child or a youth or a young man. He had no role models. So along with affordable housing has to come the community support, the role models. I mean, somebody who says, not only am I going to get you in a house for cheaper, but I want a relationship with you. That's the key.
Affordable housing shaped my life by allowing me the opportunity to go back to school, to want to get a better education, to want to be a better father.
If you can give a person a foothold and you'd have the right support system in place, all of that has to come together. There are people who take that foothold, take that support, and they do what he's done. He's changing lives in Malawi, Africa.
I had an opportunity to go to Malawi on a missionary trip with Myers Park Presbyterian Church. And I started the first AA meeting in Malawi. God had gave me the gift of life, and I say the least that I can do is try to make a difference in somebody else's life.
Here's a guy who was sleeping, in uptown Charlotte, homeless. And it would be a mistake if we would have overlooked him.